Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Asayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso pancha namukaro savapa vapanasano mangalanam cha sauvesim paramam havai mangalam om namo bhagavate vasudevai om namah shivai jai satchitanand. Namo Vidragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam. Eso pancha namukaro sauvapa vapa nachano mangalanam cha sauvesim paramam havai mangalam om namo bhagavate vasudevai om namah shivai ye satchitanand. Namo Vidragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam. Eso pancha namukaro sauvapa vapanachano mangalanam cha sauvesim paramam havai mangalam. Om namo bhagavate vasudevai. Om namah shivai. Jai Satchitanand, Jai Satchitanand, Jai Satchitanand, Jai Satchitanand.
Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand.
Jai Satchitanand.
So, just to recapitulate, to review, in the last satsang we finished until
the last title was absolutely the place about the soul in page 14.
Yes. Yes. On page 40. Yes.
Yes. 40, yes. Sorry.
Yes, and I have shared with you the last satsang headings. Now the next one is the state moha-less state versus filled stock. Filled stock. So there is this is the heading. This is the next heading. All right, moha-less state on one side and filled stock on the other side. Filled stock on the other side.
Este encabezamiento es el estado de sin moja versus el stock completo.
You see, after this Gnan happens, now this is all Dada saying, after the happening of the Gnan event, Soyamapura is Somapura, that Gnan event happened to all of us. And after that, the moha, the illusion about this world died. You see, in other words, moha is gone. As far as you and I are concerned, the illusion is gone. And and with the departure of that illusion, there is no worries. Not a single worry arises.
Dada dice que luego que del gran evento del evento de Gnan, esto de soy alma pura, sucede, el moja y la ilusión de este mundo murió, en lo que a nosotros concierne.
Mm-hmm. And that is why we are, ours is the vision, yours and mine, all of us, ours is the vision, which is called absolute vision. Absolute vision. It's no longer, oh, maybe a little bit I'm Damian, a little bit I'm loose. No, absolute vision, 100% is Soyamapura. This in front of me is loose, Damian, Patricia, etc. See, this in front of me is Gonzalo, Herman, etc.
Bueno, y por eso es que esta visión nuestra es la visión absoluta, es 100% la visión de soy alma pura. Y esto que está enfrente enfrente es Luz, Damián, Gonzalo, Germán, Patricia.
Absolute vision. It's not other
Absoluta visión.
Absolute vision means not the vision that is associated with the ego. You see, that vision, I'm Anila, I am Cecilia, is gone. You see, that vision is gone. I am, now the vision is Sayamapura, and yes, for my son, I am Cecilia, and for my daughter, I am Damian, but my vision has become absolute. Absolute means there is no duality, no this or that. Am I Damian or am I Amapura? Well, in front of your daughter, you are Damian, the father. In front of Deepak Bhai, you are a follower of Akram Vignan. So, your roles change.
Yes. La visión absoluta es la visión sin ego. Yo soy Anila, soy Cecilia, y nosotros ya nos liberamos de esto. La visión absoluta es yo soy alma pura. Para mis hijos soy Cecilia, soy Damián, pero en la visión absoluta no hay dualidad. Y para el Gnani, somos seguidores del Akram Vignan, y lo que van cambiando son los roles.
Yes. And only that is when the other says, that is when awakened awareness arises, the new awareness of Soyamapura. The awakened awareness arises. You see, the awakened awareness, not the little, that this awakened awareness, which is beyond this body-mind complex, arises only with absolute vision. It cannot arise otherwise.
Dada dice que cuando eso surge cuando el que está despierta la conciencia, entonces van más allá de todo el complejo de mente y cuerpo, y la ilusión desaparece.
Oh. So Dadashri is asking, does the more happen to you, Chandubai, Luz, etc.? Does this more happen to you, or does it happen? Sorry, and let me give you the exact sentence. Happen to you, and I'm going to write here Y or U capital, or to Chandubai. You say Chandu, why, or put your own name on it. Does the more happen to you, or does the more her, the illusion that brings you into the world of Damian or Luz? In other words, this is the illusion, you see. Does the illusion happen to you, Amapura? Amapura, does it happen to you, Amapura, or does it happen to this one, Anila, Cecilia, etc.? The more heard, who does it happen to you? Happen to, Dada is asking. And the questioner replies, it happens to Chandubai.
Yes. Dada dice, monja, ¿a quién le sucede? ¿Te sucede a ti con mayúsculas o le sucede a Chandu? Y la ilusión es la ilusión la que te trae al mundo, ¿no? De que yo soy Damián, Luz, Anila, Cecilia. Esta es la pregunta de Dada. ¿A quién le sucede? ¿Monja o a ti? ¿O te sucede a ti? Y entonces le responden, le sucede a Chandu, o el nombre de cada uno de nosotros.
So Dadashri then says, you know that it happens. No, Dada is asking again, you know it happens to Luz, or it happens to Rosie or Gabriela, You know it happens to her or him. You don't, you know that, right? So the questioner says, I know it immediately, but the more does happen for sure, Dada. I know it, Dada. I know it, but I know it immediately, but the more does happen. The more means more means to be, more means the illusion that this world is mine, this illusion that the world is mine takes over, is my world, my father, my mother, my home, you see.
Dice, pregunta de nuevo, ¿tú sabes qué le sucede a él o a ella, verdad? Entonces el que pregunta dice, lo sé inmediatamente, pero moja la ilusión. Es como que sigue estando ahí, que este mundo es mío, mi padre, mi madre, mis hijos.
So the other gives a very beautiful answer, very beautiful answer, see. The person says, Dada, yes, I know, but more still happens. And Dadashri now replies, મોહ એનું નામ કહેવાય કે આપણને ખબર જ ના પડે. In other words, illusion, moh is called that in which we really do not even know that it is an illusion, that the illusion has taken over. Just like you look at your friends in Argentina, your best friends, they're moving about. They don't know what you know. They don't know. They think, oh, it's a beautiful Saturday. Let us go do things together, or let's do this and let us do that. They do not have any idea that this is moha, this is the illusion, you see.
Le pregunta, esto que le contestaron, sí, sé sobre la ilusión, pero sucede de todas maneras. Y Dada dice, esto es una ilusión. Por ejemplo, tienes amigos que no tienen ni idea de lo que nosotros sabemos. Y nos reunimos con ellos y dicen, hagamos esto, vayamos aquí, vayamos allá. Y no tienen ni idea de lo que nosotros sabemos.
Yeah, one remains and I'm trying to get the best word for murcha. One remains. Okay, let's go slowly and give you the exact answer for this word murcha. Murchit rahe, murchit. Murchit. Murchit means, let me give you an example of murchit, okay? Murchit. Murchit means you're lost. It won't happen to you now, but in your old days when you were a young man or a young woman, and maybe it's not happened to you, but you know of someone, a friend of yours who sees a young woman, sees a young woman, and he is completely lost. He dreams of her, he thinks of her, he doesn't even remember what to do in terms of eating, he doesn't care about doing anything, he is just gone, you see, he's just gone. That is called murchit. Has this ever happened to you, or do you know about this? Huh? Yeah, they call it falling blindly in love, blindly in love, right, Anila? Totally blindly in love, huh? And the people will say, he's in love, yeah, he's in love. Well, you are so involved. From here, you come here, and now this one is so involved in this that the illusion is part of his being. The illusion is part of this being. Even if that woman abuses him, or doesn't answer his phone calls or tells him to go away, he still keeps going to her. Does it happen? Yeah, illusion, and that is with reference to woman, or man, or it's the same thing. It's with reference to status in society. I am the mayor of this city. I'm a judge, or so it happens in politics, or it happens in money.
Murchit es estar perdidos. Y todos nosotros hemos conocido en la juventud tal vez a un joven, hombre o mujer, y lo conoces, y ves que ese joven está totalmente, conoció a alguien y está totalmente perdido, y no le importa la comida, no le importa la bebida, no le importa absolutamente nada, está ciegamente enamorado, está tan involucrado, y la ilusión es parte de su ser. Entonces, no importa lo que le hagan, ¿no? Que no le atiendan el teléfono, que lo que sea. Y todo eso es una ilusión. Es la ilusión también del estatus. Soy el alcalde, soy el juez, soy político, el dinero.
Yes, you see, it's like this. It's like a man who has a lot of alcohol one evening, a lot of drinks. And then while going home, he falls down and it's dark, and he falls near a gutter, with dirty water, and his hand is inside it, you see. And he is murchit, is lost awareness. And he might even say all kinds of things. I am the mayor of this town. I am so and so, and this and that. In the morning, his alcohol level will come down, and then he'll slowly wake up, you see, and find himself in the gutter, you see. Now, that is a temporary state. That is a state of the alcohol or the drug coming down in your body. But this murcha, this loss of awareness is continuous. And if the loss of awareness is continuous, that is called moha. And so the people of our world are in continuous moha, in continuous illusion. My grandson is getting baptized. Okay, invite 100, 200 people, etc., etc.
Yes.
Moha. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Es como un hombre, por ejemplo, que tomó mucho alcohol y cuando está llegando a su casa cae sobre un charco de agua sucia y se queda ahí dormido diciendo, yo soy el alcalde, yo soy juez, y está totalmente perdido. Entonces por la mañana cuando despierta, que baja su nivel de alcohol o drogas, es como que vuelve a tener un poco de conciencia. Pero esta pérdida de conciencia que es continua, eh, y el moja de las personas del mundo. Mi nieto fue bautizado delante de 200 personas. Esto es moja. No, sí.
And then again, see, Dada differentiates. Dada is trying to give us exactly what has happened to us. And Dada, she says, but you, the Amapura, the one who says Swayamapura, the one who is now come here and is going here, you see. He has separated, he's here and then he is going here, okay? That one knows immediately, right, that this is moha, this is, no matter how much you love a person, whether it's your daughter or your son or someone else, when she leaves for college, when he goes away, you see, the Damian or Luz is going to feel a little sad, but it doesn't touch you. This, you know that this is more that is discharging. It is happening to Damian, it's happening to Luz, it's happening to Gonzalo, it's not happening to you, you see, you.
Yes. Dada trata de llevarte, ¿no? Y te dice, tú eres alma pura, ¿no? Y viniste aquí, estabas aquí y te separaste y ahora estás aquí. Dice, y esto y en la vida como funciona, ¿no? Y no importa cuánto ames a alguien, a un hijo, por ejemplo, y ves que se va al colegio o que se va, entonces estarás triste, pero a ti no te tocará. Esto le sucede a Luz, le sucede a Damián, le sucede a Germán, pero a ti no te toca.
So, Dadashri says, then it is not called more. Then it is not called more. In other words, my dear friends, look at this magnificent state of ours. This illusion in which the entire world is caught up. The entire world is caught up. Whether the person is in Russia or whether that person is in Argentina, wherever. Entire world is caught up, you see. In a moment, to believe that that which is temporary, that which is not temporary, to believe that to be forever, real. That which is relative to be real is moha.
Yes. Dada dice que para nosotros no es llamado moja. Mira esta ilusión, mira el mundo, ¿no? Que esta ilusión lo atrapó, no importa si es en Rusia, Estados Unidos o Argentina, ¿no? El mundo está atrapado en esta ilusión de creer que todo lo temporario es real, que lo relativo es lo real. Esa es la ilusión, moja.
It is not real moha. It is, then what is it, Dada? You know, because I see it happening to Marcella, Rosie, Cecilia, Alicia. I see this happening. What is it? Dadashri says it is called the stock that was filled, you see, in the past life.
Yes.
And it is coming out, you see. So, you know, you might even go to the train station or to the airport, and as the daughter is leaving for her college, you know, there might be tears in your eyes, you know. And you are aware, you know that Damien or loses affected, but you are not affected.
Yes. Lo que sucede a los Mahatmas, el moja es lo que quedó de que lo que se ve que le sucede a Alicia, a Cecilia, a todos, es el stock que fue cargado en la vida pasada y ahora está saliendo. Esto puede ser que estás viendo que alguien se va, vas a la estación de tren y ves que se va, o al aeropuerto y ves que se va. Esto puede quedar grabado en tus ojos. pero esto le sucede a Luz, le sucede a Damián, pero a ti no te afecta.
So the person says, but Dada, I feel as if it is moha. And the Dadashri says, no, it is not. It is not awake moha. It is not the awakened moha. It exists in this body complex, with a name. It exists within this body complex with a name. And when the circumstances arise, then it arises, you see. Then and it arises. So in other words, it's there within all of us. All of us means in our file ones, you see. But when the circumstances arise, then the moha arises, you see. You have for example, you have a very nice very nice car, it takes you around in Argentina, Brazil, wherever you are. It takes you around, whenever you need it, you can start it and go, you see. But you see, you go to a car showroom and you see all those beautiful new cars, and the illusion arises to Damian or to Gonzalo. Oh, this is good, man. It's nice, But and so the other people around you will say, oh, yeah, the salesman will say, man, maybe I can sell him this new car, because it will. But Dada says this is a reason because the circumstance of the showroom of the car arose. You were, the body was there. You were there, You were just walking, taking a walk, but then you say, oh, that is the car dealership. Let me just kind of go through it and see what's going on, what kind of cars there are, So you go there and you see those cars, right? And so the questioner is saying, but in conduct, Dada, in my conduct, it's visible that I'm attracted. Moha means this illusion that attracts, you see. It's like, it's like in the old days, very beautiful women were dancing in front of the queen. You see, different ones dancing, you see. Yeah, in front of the king. The king is sitting there, But they're all kind of dancing and doing all kinds of actions with their bodies to attract the attention of the king. And by the end of the night, the king will choose one of this woman and says, you come, have her come to my chamber, you see. The illusion that attracts is the illusion. And then, like then in the morning, or when the king wakes up in the night, she's fast asleep, there's stuff that's coming out from her mouth, she's not as attractive as she was when she was dancing. And he will say, what? Is this the one that I called in my chamber? You see?
Yes.
So every illusion is associated with pain. That is what I'm trying to say.
Oh. Thank you. Dada dice que no, porque la pregunta que le habían hecho es que todavía sentía que era moja, siento que es moja. Y Dada dice, no es moja del despierto, es el complejo del cuerpo con nombre, al que le surgen las circunstancias de moja. Y todo esto está en el archivo 1. Entonces, por ejemplo, tenemos un auto hermoso que nos lleva donde queremos, cuando queremos, pero pasás por un negocio de autos divinos y entras y te encantas. Entonces el vendedor sabe que te puede vender, ¿no? O sales a caminar y ves que hay un negocio de autos y dices, bueno, vamos a ver qué es lo que hay y preguntamos. Entonces la conducta es visible, es moja, es ilusión, ¿no? Es lo que te atrae. Y a esto trae el ejemplo, por ejemplo, hay bailarinas hermosas que bailan frente al rey para atraerlo, y el rey al final de la noche elige a una de esas bailarinas para que comparta la noche con él. Entonces es la ilusión lo que atrae. Y de repente el rey se despierta a mitad de la noche y escucha a esta mujer que dice algo sale de su boca. Y él dice, oh, yo invité a esta mujer a pasar la noche conmigo, ¿no? Y, y, y sí, se desilusiona o se molesta. Y en realidad, bueno, la ilusión trae dolor.
You know, in the example of Damian walking inside the car dealership, automobile dealership, the other Sri now says, you know, the other says, the question, Damian will say, but Dada, it looks like this is the illusion, right? That I am acting as Damian. And Rashi says, even so, the Lord, Mahavir, or the Lord has said that this is discharging moha. The moha arises and it gets spent up and used up. The moha arises and it gets used up. It arises and gets used up. Damian takes a walk and he goes outside, he'll say, yes, nice. Gonzalo will also say, yeah, very nice car. Oh, wow, it's got a big engine. And, nice. And then, but the beauty about our moh of Mahatmas is, you walk out of the dealership and it is out of your mind, you don't collect catalogs and you don't dream about it and talk about it and kind of plan, no, when am I going to have it, when can I have it, when can I have that car, you see the difference. The more arose, and you walk 100 yards and you carry on with your walk and it's gone. It is gone, it's used up. She says, if it does not get used up, this moha that was filled within us in the last life, if it doesn't get used up, then it will remain. So let it all get used up. You understand? Like it's moha. I mean, you get 55 years old and you decide to get married again, for some reason your other wife is gone. So at the age of 55 or 65, you decide to get married again. Your children will say, what, Papa is getting married now? Papa is getting married now? Oh, does that woman have children? Well, how? So we, all of this kind of questions will arise, Moha.
Yes. Por ejemplo, Damián entra a un concesionario y esta es la ilusión, ¿no? Es el yo, el ser actuando como Damián. Pero esto es un moja de descarga, ¿no? Entonces surge y tiene que descargarse. Entonces Damián o Gonzalo pueden decir, uy, qué buen auto, qué buen motor. Pero lo bello de este moja es que sales del concesionario y se te va de la mente, no sueñas, no hablas de eso, no haces planes, nada de todo eso. Esa es la diferencia. Surge y se va. Si lo llevas, si todavía queda lleno de eso, en algún momento tiene que vaciarse porque si no va a permanecer. Eso es moja. Y por ejemplo, si hay una persona de 55 años que decide volver a casarse, por el motivo que fuere, los hijos van a decirle, papá, ¿te vas a casar ahora? Esta persona tiene hijos y todo esto es moja.
Yeah, and so the questioner continues. And the questioner asks, so, Dada, in that moha, what if one becomes tanmayakar? What becomes tanmayakar? Engrossed, you see. You become totally engrossed, You get so engrossed that you open the door, one door, the other door, you look underneath, you go there, open the trunk, you look at the engine, you ask all kinds of questions about, the engine, etc. So what happened? And the wife is just, or your girlfriend who is with you is walking with you, and she says, "Oh no," she just sits there one side, Here he goes again. Here he is now checking the car all over again. You see, a new car, right? And what if he gets engrossed in it? Instead of just looking at it and walking away, you just kind of spend half an hour, 1 hour in that showroom. Then what, Dada? Then what? And here is the answer for all of us. Dada, she says, then also, no problem, absolutely no problem. You may spend an hour, you may spend a few days. With human beings, you spend a few months or years. No problem. With human beings, it's a little different because that's a living engine. It's not an automobile. It's not a car. No problem. Sidmo, Dada is taking. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Le pregunta, pero ¿es moja? ¿Qué es tan mayacar? Es tan mayacar, totalmente involucrado. Entonces vas a este concesionario, ves el auto, lo abres, haces preguntas, abres todo, miras todo, el auto, y tu novia o tu mujer también se sienta en el auto, lo ve, pregunta, quiere tener un auto nuevo. Entonces, ¿y qué pasa si se involucra 1 hora? ¿Qué sucede? Y Dada dice, no hay problema, que esté 1 hora, 2 días, es lo mismo con las relaciones, meses, años, no hay ningún problema.
All right.
Está viviendo con un ser viviente o con un auto, no hay problema.
Okay, so there are two questions. Okay, there's Marcella and then Damian. Let's take first Marcella and then we'll come to Damian. Yes, Marcella.
Marcela, tu pregunta, por favor.
Sí, quisiera hacer más que nada una acotación. Es que nosotros hemos nacido en la ilusión, en moja, hemos nacido en ella, hemos sido criados en la moja. Por lo tanto, cuando empezamos a perderla o a darnos cuenta que vivimos en la ilusión, nosotros también tenemos un aparato psíquico. Entonces, eso por lo menos a Marcela le ha costado romper la ilusión, darse cuenta de que ya no puede vivir en la ilusión, que es absurdo vivir en la ilusión, ¿no? Consideremos que hemos nacido, crecido en la ilusión. Entonces que de pronto te abran el telón y te digan, ah, pero en realidad estás en un drama, no te preocupes. Es difícil. No es llegar y mandarse así, oh, jaja, qué lindo, yo estaba viviendo un teatro. No sé si me entienden, no sé si les ha pasado a ustedes. Porque además los occidentales no tenemos esa devoción que tienen los indios, ¿no? No nos aferramos a nuestras imágenes celestiales. Entonces quedamos casi desnudos cuando nos quitan la ilusión. Yo sé que tenemos el NAN, lo sé, es una gran herramienta, pero esa sería mi acotación.
Yes, gracias. Well, Marcela says that we were born and raised in Moja, and when this is lost in the Gnan, and we break the illusion, there is it's not so easy. With the Western are not so devotional as in India, and when illusion breaks, she feels naked.
And what about the celestial that she was talking about?
And yes, this devotion to the celestial beings and the Catholic or even any class of religion is taken out. Now it's not easy to understand. So she says she feels naked in front this illusion.
I still don't understand what you said.
It's taken all the illusion out, and now it's a new moment to understand. It's not easy. She has not a question, she is sharing.
Yeah. Well, no, ma'am. Yeah, not so, Marcella. Yeah. You're right that first of all, the entire world is covered up with this illusion, and this illusion is very dense, you see, very, very dense. So they always look out, they can only see outside, they cannot see inside. Inside means towards the Ama, they cannot see that, you see, and they cannot even begin to see that. Some of them do, but because they have not experienced the Ama, it is impossible for them to make even the first step in the right direction. That is the state of the world. Okay. Then, furthermore, yeah, you go ahead and finish that, and then I'll say it.
Yes. Primero dice que tenés razón, ¿no? Y el mundo entero está cubierto por una ilusión muy densa y estamos enseñados a mirar hacia afuera y no tenemos ni idea de mirar adentro y no podemos ver el alma. Ni siquiera tenemos la experiencia del alma. Entonces, no podemos dar un paso en la dirección correcta.
Now, this statement that it is more difficult for people in the Western world as compared to the people in India has to be understood in exactness. And it is more difficult only because the illusion of pleasure in these things that are temporary, are more available here in the Western world, like, beautiful homes, beautiful cars, beautiful things, etc., or as opposed to India, where, if you take the real India, the people have the very bare necessities only, you see, just enough to eat. They have to work hard, etc., you see. But the key difference is the kashais that are going on are really very, very, they have risen a lot more in intensity. Anger, pride, deceit, and greed have grown much, much more in intensity inside an Indian as opposed to a person in Argentina. You see, the kashais are not that heavy. And it is that kashais that ultimately make them seek the right path. They want to, they have taken so much beating, so much pains in their life that they they all turn towards the spiritual path. Not all of them find the Gnani, you see. But you see, so that is the difference. But the more he's in, and until whether the person is in India or in Argentina, until that person meets an awakened one, an enlightened one, a Gnani, it's the same. Until you meet a Gnani, you go on around being grinded in between heavy stones, life after life after life after life. What difference does it make whether you are in Moh in Argentina or whether you are in Moh in India? There is really no difference. You see, it's Moh is Moh. Moh means, so this is my body, I want it, and this is mine. Once you get it, this is mine. That is Moha. It's very dense everywhere. You see? It is impossible. It is impossible to break, you're right, until the circumstances are just right that you meet someone for whom the illusion is gone. Someone who is beyond this illusion. And they are not necessarily present only in India, they're all over the world. They might not be able to facilitate for you or the average person, but that is a different thing, The illusion has to leave. The illusion has to leave.
Yes.
Yeah. You understand, Marcella? Go on. Yeah. After you say it, go on.
Esta declaración es más que difícil, ¿no? De abandonar la ilusión. Y es el entendimiento en exactitud. La ilusión de placer en las cosas temporales es más fácil aquí en Occidente, que podés tener acceso a casas hermosas, autos hermosos, viajes, y montones de cosas más. Es una ilusión más accesible. En India no, la gente se preocupa tal vez por la comida, por la subsistencia, quizás por un auto que los lleve. Entonces, los kashais surgen con mucha más intensidad en India, por eso buscan un camino espiritual y esa es la única diferencia. Pero tanto en India como en Argentina o en cualquier parte, cuando conoces a un Gnani, salís de esta tormenta que vas vida tras vida tras vida, ¿no? La tormenta de decir, mi cuerpo, yo quiero, esto es mío, Y eso es moja, eso es ilusión. Y es imposible romper con la ilusión hasta que las circunstancias te lleven a conocer a alguien que esté más allá de cualquier ilusión. Y la ilusión tiene que irse.
It is really a growth of the imprisoned soul. Life after life, and in every life there is some knowledge that carries on. So the next life is a little more knowledge, not the outside, not the physical condition of the person, relative condition, the insides. It's a growth of the knowledge that grows life after life after life after life. And then that person Dada says gets born in India. Only because that's where the kashais now have to increase. you know, the kashais have to increase now. You know, they are less interested in physical pleasures. I mean, I'm talking in general now. You know, the people, and then the Western people. You know, their interest is more into I am something. You see, more into kashais. You know. And pride and deceit and sex, you know, because, and all of those things are, you know, all deceit, you know, all of those things, and greed. At the greed kashai level is much, much more there than here. Here it's open, you know, on this, in the Western world. It's a vision of Dada that I'm giving you. This is not Shuddha's, okay? Even I'm learning, because I have lived in the West and I have lived in countries like Africa and I have been to India. So, you know, and now as a Mahatma, I'm just sharing this with you, you see. But in the natural order of this world, Samsaran Marg it is called, every soul is going towards liberation. Every soul is getting ready for liberation. This Akram is very totally different now, you know. You're out of that slow process, you see. So this is the beauty of meeting Dada as a Gonzalo or as an Anila or as a Luz, wherever you are, you know. It's happened. This moh has been broken, and the only reason it has been broken is because you have come home. You know who you are. You know who you are. Yeah, you know, Gonzalo or Gabriel might run after cars or, you know, better built homes, etc. Or, you know, Luz or Patricia might be more dreaming about a nice little home with a garden, you know, more garden with many flowers, etc. But this is all not yours anymore. You're done with this moh. You and I are done with this moh. Finished.
Yes.
And for all of us, one more thing, never say it's very hard, you know. It's not hard. Yes, it's hard. It's not hard if one hears, even hears about a Gnani Purush liberator. Just has to hear that there is a human being available to you who can liberate you. Just to know, just to hear this. But these other people are, the people of the world are so deeply involved in the moha that they do not even know what suffering is. They suffer and they forget, and they suffer and they forget. They fight and they forget.
Yes. El crecimiento del alma se va dando vida tras vida, ¿no? Y se va dando este crecimiento por el conocimiento que se lleva en el interior, conocimiento que crece vida tras vida. Entonces esa persona dice que nace en India porque allí los kashais crecieron y ahora tienen menos interés en las cosas, en ser alguien. Los kashais crecen el orgullo, la codicia, el engaño, el sexo. Y esto Shuddha lo comparte porque él vive en América, nació en África, estuvo mucho tiempo en India y lo comparte como Mahatma. Cada alma va hacia la liberación, ¿no? Y por ahí lo hace más lentamente, pero esta es la belleza de la ciencia de Dada, que vino y rompió, cortó, para que sepamos quiénes somos. Entonces puede ser que haya un moja, ¿no? De crear mejores autos, mejores casas, unas casas con jardín, con flores, y pileta también, Shuddha, some swimming pool also. Entonces, pero nosotros hemos terminado con este moja. Y nunca digas que esto es pesado o que es duro, porque el nani te liberó. El nani es la persona que puede liberar, y esto nosotros lo sabemos y lo podemos compartir. Pero hay seres humanos que no pueden escuchar ni siquiera saber que viven en un mundo de sufren y luego se olvidan, pelean y luego se olvidan y no se dan cuenta que viven, no tienen ni idea que viven en un mundo de ilusión.
And we now know that it is, this liberation can even happen via Zoom, so this, you just need to hear about this, that's all. Okay, let us go on to Damian.
Yes.
Damián.
Jai Sachidanand Shuddha. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. For me, it's difficult to connect Moha. I understand perfectly Moha, and I feel in these years that it has lowered a lot in me. But sometimes it's difficult to connect Moha with circumstances. When you have a circumstance, for example, you go into that car dealership and you like the car and you buy the car and you enjoy the car and you know that it's more. But anyway, things happen. For example, with sex, you can see it. Sometimes circumstances happen and you know that it's moha and you know that you should not do it, or even with eating meat. Talking about difficulty of following the path, here in Argentina is the country with most consumption per capita of meat. So every party, every day, you don't have options for eating. So sometimes circumstances led you to break some rules. So how you deal with that circumstances and moha? I know that everything is moha, but I have some difficulty to connect.
Traducí, por favor, Damián, tu pregunta.
Mi pregunta es que tengo alguna dificultad para conectar moja con las circunstancias. Por ejemplo, en el ejemplo del auto, aunque sabes que es una ilusión, vas y lo compras, o en el sexo se ve más claramente, o acá en Argentina, con el hecho de comer carne, que este es el país que más carne por cápita se consume en el mundo. Entonces cada fiesta, cada evento, cada cosa, vos te topás con... Entonces a veces las cosas pasan y vos rompés alguna regla y sabés que es una ilusión. Pero cómo tratar con esto es lo que a mí se me dificulta, cómo conectar estas dos cosas, las circunstancias y la ilusión.
Gracias.
Okay, you have to, this is, that is for you now, both the car example that you gave you, for us all, the car or the food example that you gave you, that you gave, both are exact discharge happening. They are discharging moha. They're not real. You see, you have to understand this discharge, this body that was made, created in this last life, whether it is Shuddha's body or the Gnani's body or Damian's body, is exactly programmed. And whatever it was programmed to fill in or take out is exact. You see, and that is the view of the enlightened one, the view of the awakened one. All right? To believe that this is happening to me, I am doing it, is the illusion. That is the trace of the old habit of this is this body, I am this body, I am this body. See? It's natural for you folks in Argentina to have the meals that you do, you see, eat. There is a new knowledge inside all of you who eat steaks and all different kinds of red meat. Which says, I wish I didn't have to, or I wish I didn't have to, or this is wrong. But right and wrong all become relative, you see. Right and wrong are relative. You heard, if you had not gone into Indian spirituality, you would have not even thought much about it, because the Western gurus also, some, not all, are eating flesh or meat, you see. And so first understand discharge moha. It is an exact programming. And then understand the one who has woken up and who is going to liberation, you see. So a time will come when, forget about eat, even eating, wanting certain vegetables, not this and not that, it is also more. Vegetarians who are there in India, they are also, it is their moha to insist that it has to be pure vegetarian food. All insistence is part of moha. They are not in this awareness of the exactness of the circumstances and whose circumstances are this, you see. when who am I in all of this? So there should not be any guilt, there should not be any this right or wrong, but there should be awareness. So eat with awareness, eat whatever you comes on your plate or whatever you desire with awareness. Eat with awareness. So Sayamapura, the eater is eating, and I, the non-eater, am knowing this. That takes you away from right or wrong, because you try to please other people or you try to appear good because you are now Damian, Mahatma Damian, you know. You are a worker for Dada. You try to appear good in front of other people, but inside you know, your other person sitting next to you in flight or, you know, in the restaurant is eating some very nice steak that you enjoy yourself. You are deceiving yourself. When you yourself really come to a point where you don't want that, then you're fine. You're okay. You know. So that is the progress that has to be made. The progress is made, I'm sorry I'm speaking so long, the progress is made with the light of the self, not by, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. No.
Yes, thank you. Como comer carne, comprar el auto, es una exacta descarga que está sucediendo, es moja. Este cuerpo fue creado en la vida pasada, exactamente creado y también fue llenado y fue programado. En la visión del iluminado, yo estoy vaciando esta ilusión, esas cosas, esos son los restos de lo que creía, ¿no? Y yo esta creencia de que yo soy este cuerpo. Hoy hay un nuevo conocimiento y, por ejemplo, comer carne roja es un deseo. Y no hay que creer que esto es malo, esto sucede en lo relativo. En la India, por un tema de espiritualidad, no se come carne. Y en el occidente sí se come. Esta es una exacta programación que sucede, ¿no? Y cuando encuentras a alguien que está despierto, esto te lleva a la liberación. El tiempo vendrá para que esto suceda. Y no comer esto es o no comer lo otro también es moja. En India hay un montón de vegetarianos que tienen la insistencia de comer determinada clase de cosas y eso también es moja, es insistencia. En exactitud van a estar llegando las circunstancias. Lo importante es que sepas quién eres en todo esto que está sucediendo. Y come con conciencia, ¿no? En la conciencia de que yo soy alma pura. Y el que come, come y vos sos el observador de lo que está sucediendo. Vos sos alma pura y tienes que quitar lo que es correcto, tienes que quitar dejar lo que es correcto, dejar lo que es erróneo. Por ejemplo, estás en un restaurante y tratas de verte bien frente a las otras personas y por ahí estás comiendo, la persona que está al lado tuyo está comiendo un steak, un bife, y está bien, ¿no? Y es un progreso que se hace con la luz del ser, no con el hacer. Es la luz del ser.
Yeah, understand the circumstances. The circumstances are the outside circumstances, and then there is circumstances, and then there is internal circumstances, you see. So the internal circumstance is this. Internal circumstance is the demand for something. And that's the hunger that exists in this body, whether it is hunger for food, hunger for money, hunger for sex, hunger for status. I am something special. I'm someone special. These parmanus exist inside as kashais, you see. Kashais. You see, they have a different form. You know, they're invisible, but they get stirred up. But you know, when you are sick in the hospital and the nurse brings you a plate with the best steak, you see, very well prepared, everything. And you will say, take it away, you know, you will say, take it away. So it's not the external, it is the internal that is the view of the awakened one, the Gnani, you see. The awakened one is looking inside, you see.
Yes. Yes. Entender las circunstancias, no las circunstancias que están afuera, las circunstancias que están dentro y las circunstancias internas, ¿no? Y las circunstancias internas son las que demandan algo, como comida, dinero, sexo, estatus. Y estos son los parmanus que existen en los kashais. Son invisibles. Pero, por ejemplo, cuando estás enfermo, estás en un hospital, viene la enfermera y te trae un bife, un steak, le dices a la enfermera que se lo lleves, que se lo lleve. Y es el ser despierto que mira adentro.
And because you have, you know, I'm going higher with you in this answer because it's a very loaded question, you see. And, you know, and there is this other rule, and this is in the eyes of all the awakened ones, you know, all the great awakened ones, is that, but they have gone through step by step by step process of purification. It's a step by step process of purification to reach liberation, you see. And the purification is internal in every case, internal purification. And that purification is associated with letting go with awareness, letting go with awareness, letting go with awareness. In other words, if somebody says, Damian, no steak, but do you think there's a little chicken, it's okay? Or maybe there's a little fish, it's okay, you know? So letting go with awareness, you know, is the step-by-step path. And that's the awareness. In order to be more aware spiritually, you have to the best diet is fruits or vegetables or milk, etc. You say, but here in Akram, we have attained the Ama directly. And this account of Damian, Shuddha, Marcella, which is programmed, is not interfered with. It's not touched. You don't touch it. You know even the right and the wrong, but you are even beyond the right and the wrong. You are the Amapura. You see? And therefore he gives the agnas. It's a file. You know, it's a file. Damian is hungry. He wants steak. He doesn't want vegetables. Okay, it's okay. I'll have a little salad. But you know, where's the steak? You see now, Damian. It's the file of Damian. Settle it with equanimity. Equanimity means you do not get disturbed. You're the Amapura. You know, Damian. This is the demand of Damian. Settle it with equanimity. That means equanimity and Agna 4 means once it's done, it doesn't even come to you anymore. It's over. By the time the waiter takes away the plate, you're not planning for where can I get some more of that, you know. You're done. You're done.
Dice que va a ir más elevado en esta pregunta, ¿no? Porque es muy profunda. Dice que hay otra regla y está en los ojos de los grandes seres que están despiertos. Y es un camino de paso a paso en la purificación para alcanzar la liberación. Y la purificación es interna, es dejar ir en conciencia, dejar ir en conciencia, soltar en conciencia. Es un camino de paso a paso en esta purificación, para tener mayor confianza, para tener mayor conciencia. En el Akram Vignan tenemos el alma en una forma directa y las circunstancias no nos tocan. Conocemos lo que es bueno y conocemos lo que es errónea, pero soy alma pura y para eso están las agnas. Y todo lo que sucede es un archivo, y es un archivo para ser resuelto con ecuanimidad. Entonces, cualquier cosa que Damián, por ejemplo, quiere comer carne y le sirven ensalada, entonces no te sientes molesto con esto, lo resuelves con ecuanimidad, viendo que esto le sucede a Damián y lo tratas como un archivo, y así se irá.
You know, I'll give you two very specific stories that are important. One is of a Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, and you know, he told his monks to go with a begging bowl, and then whatever is given, eat that. You know, go and whoever gives you that food, whatever they give you, you have to eat it. And so, you know, so one of them comes back and says, my Lord, in my bowl, there was someone served me a little meat, you see, piece of meat. So should I eat it or should I not eat it? And the Lord remained quiet. He did not answer. Yes, he did not answer. Because if the Lord says, yes, go ahead and eat it, then everybody would start eating it. And if he says, don't eat it, then that would go against the principles of what the Lord has said, that whatever comes in your bowl, eat it. You see, that is the original message. The Lord did not answer. And because the Lord did not answer, entire Southeast Asia, all, China, outside India I'm talking about, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, where Buddhism became very dominant, huge, very, very prevalent. And all of the monks were eating meat. You see, they decided, the Lord didn't say anything about it. All right. Lord Mahavir, his answer is try to proceed on the path of least violence to any other soul. Do not hurt anyone. And now in this century, now we have Dada since 1958, and Dada was sitting down having lunch with a bunch of Jains, who do not even forget about it. They will have a heart attack if they saw a piece of meat in their meal, you see. Okay, go on. Go on.
Yeah. I missed something about Dada eating with the Chinese.
They was having lunch with
yes.
lunch, and the Jains forget about eating meat. They were, even if they see a piece of potato in their curries, they will get very, very angry. They don't,
Oh, okay.
The so-called pure Jains, you see.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shuddha nos contó dos historias. Acá hay una que cuenta de Buda, y Buda le dijo a todos sus monjes que vayan a mendigar con su bol, y que todo lo que le dieran lo tenían que comer. Entonces uno de ellos vino y en su bol tenía carne, y le dijo: oh mi lord, en mi bol tiene carne, ¿debo comerlo o no? Y el lord quedó en silencio y no contestó. Porque si el lord le decía que lo coma, el resto de los monjes comerían carne. Y si le decía que no lo comiera, esto iba a ir en contra de su mensaje principal, que era que comieran todo lo que les sirvieran en su bol. Y debido a esto, es como que todo el sudeste asiático comenzó a comer carne, porque el Lord no había dicho nada, no contestó. Y Lord Mahavir dijo que el camino era no herir a ninguna otra alma. Y Dada, sentado almorzando con los jainistas, almorzando, en su plato había un pedazo de carne y no dijo absolutamente nada.
Yeah, and now, and coming, and now Dada, for Dada, somebody, Dada actually witnessed where this giant businessman who was eating his meal found a piece of potato. And he literally made such a fuss with a lot of other people were there that the ladies who prepared the food started shaking inside. They were starting, very much afraid. And Dada was sitting next to him. And he says, Dada says, is this called a Jain? You know, he created so much kashai in making this noise about a piece of potato, you know, in his curry. And these kashais are worse than whatever goes inside your body. These kashais are highly dangerous. This man who is insisting about not having any potatoes in his food, you see, has just killed it all. He has done more violence because he has created so much anger, you see. And that hurts. It is visible anger. It hurt the other people around, you see. And Dada now says, if I find, on the other hand, if by accident a crow is flying and the crow or a bird drops a piece of meat in my bowl of curry, I would quietly take it out and put it on the side. I wouldn't make a fuss. I would not let anybody know. I would take it out and cover it up with my own loincloth, dhoti, you know, white, you know, and stick it in my, you know, hide it. You see, the importance is of zero kashai, no, at no cost. Never allow any opportunity for kashais, especially with reference to your food, you see. Why is there not enough salt in my food? Or why is there so much salt? You know, you don't know how to cook. You know, this is more dangerous than what you're eating.
Yes. Dada se encontraba comiendo, almorzando con un grupo de jainistas y encontró un pedacito de papa adentro de su comida, y esto era muy mal visto por los jainistas. Entonces empezó a gritar que había papa en su comida, y las mujeres que estaban cocinando, que habían cocinado, empezaron a temblar. Entonces Dada dice que esto que por un pedacito de papa que encuentran, el kashai es mucho más peligroso y es peor que tener un pedacito de encontrar un pedazo de papa en mi comida. Y le dice a este hombre si yo encuentro un pedazo de carne que tal vez arrojó un pájaro que venía volando, yo lo voy a quitar muy silenciosamente de mi plato y lo voy a cubrir con mi propia ropa. Porque este hombre, al armar semejante discusión por el pedacito de papa, era un hombre violento, era visible su violencia y lastimaba. Entonces, es jamás permitir que un kashai, y especialmente con la comida, afecte y lastime tanto a las personas.
You know, the story of Lord Buddha is not complete. Again, another bhikkhu means the monk who begs, you see, for food. Begs, you know, they have a begging bowl, you know, and so when they go to the home, the ladies of the home will, with a lot of love, give them food, you see. And so again, in their rounds, you know, another monk found food mixed with meat. And so he went back to the Lord, because the Lord was there, and said, my Lord, again, there was meat. You know, meat is all around there in it, you know. And so what should I do? This time the Lord said, eat with awareness. Eat with awareness, you see. And this awareness is a very heavy word, you see. eat with awareness. This final awareness is what we get in the Gnani Vidhi. The eater is eating, and I, the non-eater, am knowing. I can only simply saying that and knowing that I am not the eater. Not the eater. I'm not. This body is here thinking, receiving, talking, feeling, moving about. Later it will get hungry and some food will go inside. It's all happening. Eat with awareness. And so then they all took it as liberty to eat. This is eat, eat, eat. So everybody, the monks now, the Buddhist monks in Myanmar and in other places like that, they are. If you look at them, if you look at any of the Buddhist monks in Thailand and all of those places, they are very well fed, round, They're all, they get a lot of, they eat everything, you see. And that's, Dadashri says, that is making the body strong and build big muscles, but what does it do to your ama? It's got nothing to do with the ama. The ama, awareness. People, is associated with moderation in everything. You're right in the middle. There's no demand of this or that, you see. And as the ama experience rise, then food is just that which is necessary for life, you see, for life, to keep the body going, that's all. So eating with awareness is a very heavy word. The final sentence, the final answer is in the Gnani Vidhi, and that is who you and I are, you see. Yes, and somebody will say, oh, I cannot touch this, and another person will say, well, let me see here. Does this have eggs in it? This chocolate? Thank you very much. I can't read it. Is there any eggs in this? Are there any eggs in this? So this is all the programs of these human beings, and we will see all kinds of programs, programmed human beings, Mahatmas, who are in Singapore and in Malaysia and in Africa and in the United States and Argentina. Programs. Don't fight the program. What are you going to do fighting the program? Be who you are,
Oh, it's beautiful. Dice, aparece otro monje con un bol. Los monjes cuando vienen con los bols con comida, las mujeres de la casa con mucho amor se los llenan, ¿no? Y le preparan con comida. Entonces viene un monje y le dice, oh Lord, encontré carne en mi comida, ¿qué hago? Entonces el Lord le dice, come con conciencia. Y esta conciencia es como un pájaro muy pesado. El que come es el que come, yo no soy el que come, el cuerpo es el que come. Y se mueve y todo sucede. Y que deja que todo suceda y suceda con conciencia de todo, ¿no? Y ahora los monjes van en India y le llenan sus bols y los puedes ver que son fuertes y tal vez estén gordos porque les dan de todo y se lo comen. Pero que un cuerpo sea fuerte o sea musculoso, no es el tema. El tema es que el alma, la conciencia del alma llegue a la maduración y que no demande. Y mientras todo esto sucede, el alma va creciendo y la comida se va transformando solamente en un alimento para el cuerpo y no en el fin mismo, no es como el combustible para que el cuerpo siga funcionando. Es comer con conciencia, usando el conocimiento.
Yeah.
Y nada te puede tocar. Y hay personas que están programadas que, por ejemplo, leen las etiquetas de los ingredientes a ver si lo pueden comer. Estos programas son diferentes en todas partes del mundo y existen en Singapur, en Malasia, en Argentina. Entonces es no pelear con los programas y sé quién eres.
Yes. Let us take a break here, huh? And I know it's kind of a late break, but let's just take it and we'll return in about 10 minutes, huh?
Ok,
yeah.
Vamos a tomar un recreo de 10 minutos y volvemos. Thank you, Shuddha.
All right, thank you, my
Thank
dear. And thank you, Marcella and Patricia. Yes.
Jai Sachidana, Patricia, querida. ¿Le puedes,
Sí,
decir
Sachidana.
¿Le puedes decir a Shuddha que baje la mano? Porque me coincide justo en los ojos y no le veo.
Ok,
Vale,
ahora le
cuando
digo.
venga.
Ahora podés
¿Qué
bajar
tal?
vos porque sos vos la que sube la mano. Fíjate.
Sí, pero no es mi
Ah, no es
pantalla,
tuya,
no
no
es
es
mi
tuya.
mano, es la de
Ah,
Shuddha.
ok.
Me parece, espera que mire aquí, pero me parece que es la de Shuddha la que está levantada. Claro, es la de
bueno.
él. Entonces, cuando sale la pantalla de él, ahora por ejemplo no aparece porque es tu pantalla, pero cuando sale la
Sí.
pantalla de él queda justo en el centro y no le veo bien la cara.
Ahora le voy a decir. Ahora
Bueno,
le voy a decir.
si quieres, quiero decir, si no da igual, yo me adapto, pero bueno.
No, le digo, sí, no cuesta nada. Está todo bien.
Todo bien. Muy bien. Pues un besito.
¿Cómo estás?
Gracias. Bien.
Beso, corazón.
No estoy en mi casa, estoy en la península, en casa de otra Mahatma, una Mahatma que se llama Raquel. Y estoy, bueno, eso, un poco distinta disfrutando.
Disfrutando. Está bien. Bueno, aprovecha.
Tenéis mucho calor, que veo que tienes ahí el ventilador a tope.
Más de 40 grados de sensación térmica estuvo haciendo durante más de 10 días.
Mi madre.
Sí, muy
Bueno.
fuerte, muy fuerte.
Bueno,
Así que bueno.
enseguida ya viene el cambio, ¿no? Porque ya estáis terminando el verano, ¿no?
Sí, pero estamos con calores más fuertes que el verano. En realidad el 21 empieza el otoño acá. Estamos con 10 grados de temperatura más de lo que corresponde al mes de marzo, porque ya estamos a mediados de marzo. Eso es lo que dicen los meteorólogos.
Vos sabés, Patri, Jai Sachidana, que es
Hola.
Hola, Deda. Es llamativo porque esas temperaturas que ustedes tienen es normal para Chaco, sobre todo en esta época. Pero yo escucho el calor que están teniendo y acá la temperatura llega a 36, cuando debería estar por la época en 40, 41 grados. Inclusive hay años que llegamos a 46 grados de sensación térmica. Y
Yo he
ahora
estado
acá
en
en
Chaco
Chaco,
varias veces.
sí,
Yo
y
he
acá
estado en
ahora
Chaco con esas temperaturas.
está haciendo menos calor que en Buenos Aires.
Sí,
Es
el foco,
llamativo.
ayer decían que el foco de calor estaba ubicado en el centro del país.
Mira vos,
En el
sí.
centro del país, sí.
Como que se
Es
va
llamativo.
corriendo. Sí, es como que se va corriendo el clima. Yo me acuerdo que hace 15 años más o menos habíamos ido a Salta por primera vez con Walter y veíamos los cerros cubiertos de los cactus, los cardones. Y volvimos a ir al mismo lugar 12 años después y nos sorprendió tanto porque no había más cardones y había sauces en regiones enteras. Te juro, y ahí nos dimos cuenta que cómo empezó a cambiar el clima, es como que empezó a correrse hacia el lado del trópico. Es raro.
Sí.
Bueno, no.
Sí.
Es algo que siempre pasa, es cíclico.
Sí.
Pero ya van a pasar el calor, ya van a pasar.
En algo todo pasa, todo
¿Sí?
pasa. Todo pasa.
Okay, we return.
Yes, Shuddha, they're asking if you have your hand raised in the chat. It's your hand because they can see you well.
What they're asking? They cannot.
Yeah, in the screen appears a hand raise, a yellow hand raise. Can you see it? It's yours.
No, it's not. Oh yes, I need to take it down.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is just, all these keys just get pressed, Thank you. Sorry. Okay. So we continue. Dada's answer is fantastic. Dada's answer is amazing. I mean, Dada takes the example of a piece of potato in somebody who says, I don't eat this. I will never touch it. All right? And Dadashri says, Kashai in the process, any kind of Kashai arising in the process is the killer, not the eating or the non-eating. This is the error. What the body is doing to believe that you are doing it is the illusion. You see, that is the illusion.
La respuesta de Dada es magnífica, la respuesta que da, y dice que los calláis en este proceso es el asesino, no la papa. La papa solo es una ilusión.
When the illusion is removed, and it is removed with absolute vision, in this world, whatever is happening, in this world of mind, in this world of Damian, whatever is happening, whether the world likes it or not, the awareness that I am not doing anything is called absolute vision. That is Kevad Darshan, you see. And that awareness is something that has to keep on increasing, you see. That awareness is what we are in here for, in this satsang for. Awareness of the Amapura is the most critical thing. The other things, what the body is doing, is associated with an understanding too. If you have overeaten something, then you immediately know, oh, I shouldn't have eaten this, or I should not have had the I should not have eaten so much. Now I can't even sit, or I can't even lie down, or I can't even sleep properly, you see. That is knowledge. So every activity is associated with knowledge, and in the process, therefore, there is awareness, you see. There is that awareness about what is going on with the body, and then there is awareness of the ability to see and know this, to be who I am, you see. Two different types of awareness. So what Damian talked about is a relative awareness, you see.
Yes. Cuando la ilusión es removido, todo lo que sucede en el mundo, de Damián, por ejemplo, que fue que hizo la pregunta, y el de todos, le guste o no le guste, es estar en la conciencia de que yo no soy el hacedor, yo no soy el que lo hace. Y esa conciencia es la que va creciendo, La conciencia del alma pura es lo más crítico, es lo más importante. Y lo demás, lo del cuerpo, está relacionado con por ejemplo, con lo relativo, ¿no? Uno come demasiado y después decís, hoy ahora no voy a poder dormir, no puedo estar sentado. Ese es el proceso de conocimiento del cuerpo. Pero el conocimiento del ser, de quién realmente soy, es lo importante. Y la pregunta de Damián está relacionado a lo relativo.
Yeah, and you see, the relative awareness is dependent on circumstances, you know, the circumstances around you, you know. And real awareness is what has begun within each one of us, you see. And it is constant. That awareness is constant. Soyama pura, you know. And then its application increases with 5 agnas, you see.
Yes. La conciencia relativa tiene que ver con las circunstancias que nos rodean. La conciencia real es constante de que yo soy alma pura y en su aplicación crece con los 5 agnas, aumenta con los 5 agnas.
So in this really, Dadashri, you know this, the questioner just asked, remember before these 2 questions came in, the questioner asked, Dada, but even then, in conduct, it is visible, right? In conduct, it's visible that I'm doing this. It's moha. It's Dadashri says, even then the Lord has said that it is discharge moha. It is illusion, that it is illusory conduct under illusion that is discharging. The conduct under illusion, eating this, not eating this, doing this, not doing this, etc. Is it all conduct under illusion that is discharging? You say it's discharging.
Nada dice que la conducta es visible, ¿no? Y ven que estoy haciendo esto. Y esto es moja. Y es la conducta bajo la ilusión en descarga.
Dadashri has even said that if I see one of my Mahatmas going up the stairs to the apartment of a prostitute and then coming out, you see, I would say that he is just settling his file with equanimity. That's it. He's just settling his file with equanimity. That's the account. That's the account that was programmed.
Yes. Dada dijo que si él ve a uno de sus Mahatmas subiendo las escaleras para ir al departamento de una prostituta, él lo que está viendo es a un Mahatma que está limpiando sus archivos con ecuanimidad de una cuenta que está programada.
Yeah. This it's charitra moh. It is the illusory conduct, the conduct under illusion that is discharging. This kind of illusion, this kind of conduct does not create new karma. It does not. It has arisen. It's arisen only to get used up, and it gets used up, and it gets used up, and then it gets used up, and then it's no longer there.
Yes. Esta conducta charitra es una ilusión que no crea nuevo karma y tiene una razón, y va a salir y sale y sale y sale hasta que ya no sale más, hasta que ya no está más allí.
Discharging means it's coming out. That's it. It's coming out. The beauty is this awareness. This beauty is this Soyama Pura awareness means you're free. You're free now to proceed. You're free to proceed. There's nothing that anchors you. You see, there's nothing that keeps you on the ground, you see. This awareness that has begun within each one of us is really the energy. It's the light that that brings an end to all of this illusion, which is called the world. The world is the illusion, you see, itself, you know.
La descarga es que está saliendo, ¿no? Y es la conciencia del alma pura, de soy libre para proceder. Nada te va a anclar a la tierra con esta conciencia. Y la conciencia que comenzó es la energía, es la luz que te lleva al fin de esta ilusión del mundo. Y el mundo es la ilusión.
Yeah. Yes, that's a discharging illusion, my friends. I'm just looking at the time. So we'll take the next heading next time. It is, if this is, sorry.
In which page we end?
Yeah, we will take the next heading at the bottom of page 41.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, because it's a new heading that's kind of important. So let us next time. Okay, page 41G. Okay. Before we close, does anybody want to say anything? I hope everybody. This is very profound words. You see, very, very profound inner awareness. You see.
¿Alguien quiere compartir algo? Porque esto es una conciencia muy, muy profunda.
The eater is eating and I, the non-eater, am simply seeing that and knowing that the eliminator, the one who goes to the toilet, is taking it all out, and I am knowing that the one who is moving about, is moving about. I am knowing him. I know it. This is the exactness where Dadashri wants us to be. You see, this is his message. And if we get this message, this understanding in exactness, then it leads to our experience, exact experience of Amapura.
Yes. El que come, come, yo soy el observador del que come. El que va al baño y yo soy el observador de eso. El que se mueve, yo observo al que se mueve. Y este es el exacto lugar que Dada quiere que entendamos y que estemos y que tengamos con exactitud esta experiencia del alma pura.
It doesn't matter.
Exacta experiencia del alma pura. Sorry.
The Mahatmas in India are not ahead of you just because they do not eat meat. A Mahatma is ahead if he is in awareness of the five bhavnas. This, you see, that Mahatma is it, and he may be anywhere in the world.
En India, los Mahatmas no son mejores porque no coman carne. Es la conciencia y los 5 agnas lo que Dada quiere.
Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Jai Sachidanand. Thank you so much for being here in Satsang. All right.
Thank you, Sudha.
Yeah, right.
Jai
Gracias,
Sachidanand.
Sudha.
Thank you.
Jai
Gracias,
Jai
Pati.
Sachidanand.
Patri.
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachitananda a todos.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, everyone. Carlos, Angelique, and all my friends, Arman, yes, and Gabi and everyone.
Jai Sachidanand Sudha.
Yeah, Jai Sachidanand Carlos, yes. Jai Sachidanand, yeah. Jai Sachidanand. Rosie and everyone. Brahim. Elsa. Okay, wonderful. All right.
We see you on Saturday.
I don't know. We will see what the plan is with like if it's if
Uwe.
yeah, if I have with Uwe, right? I know because
Okay.
it might
I
be.
call him.
I don't know. Yeah,
I call him.
let me know if you see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let
Thank
me
you.
know. Yeah. Yes.
See you